Well, that's it. 6 months with this car. Over 6 months. I got it in December. We're now coming towards the end of June, and this car goes back Friday. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to seriously miss it. From my very first review to this final review where I'm going to say goodbye, I'm actually going to miss it. Let's continue this back in the studio. And that, as they say, is it. My journey with the Volvo XC40 has come to an end, and it's been. I've had some like fours, and I've had some against. If you watch my very first video, by the way, I will link all the videos in the description below for you to see them. I did a tech video about the tech of the car. I did a review of the vehicle, and on Friday, this car it goes back. And I'm going to miss it. I am. I never thought I'd say that about a Volvo. They've come on leaps and bounds. Now, if I speak out of turn here, just hit me up in the comments. Volvos used to be kind of a boring, boxy type of car that the older generation, and I am the older generation, I guess, but that's not the case. The Volvo has it's captured me in a way that I didn't think it would. Yeah, there are some tweaks. I mean, that damn sunroof, you need to have a degree in physio dimension physics to operate what it does, how it does it. No! Once you kind of get the knack of it, and even then it can be like a hair-pulling experience. The in-car wireless charging for your phone is a little bit of a pain because it is a really big dock, big enough for my iPhone 12 Pro Max. However, if you turn in a corner or you go forward or you brake and you pull away and all this stuff, the phone does kind of slide a little bit on it. And somehow you see on the screen that it goes from charging to not charging, which is a really strange thing. It's like the whole thing, it has to be in a certain position for it to charge. So you find yourself constantly just moving the phone every so often just to make sure it's charging if you need that charge. The fact that it has a wireless charger, but you still got to have a cable to get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Of course, I bought the Wongus dial. The Wongus dial? What the hell is that? The wireless dongle, which does make it easier. But even with the wireless dongle, sometimes I've got to unplug it, plug it in, unplug it, plug it in. It's a bit sluggish to react. Whereas I guess the cable would be really quick. But why would you want a cable that charges the phone as well if you've got a wireless charger? Just little bits like that make are a little bit of a pain. And last but not least, one little gripe that I'm going to go is the Autopilot Assist. So when you're on a motorway, you need to have the two solid white lines for it to enable. However, if you've got treacherous weather, it's bucketing it down with rain, it's really hit or miss. And I tell you what I noticed, and I will bring this up with Volvo, is when it was like that, the little green thing appears on the dashboard to say that Autopilot Assist is enabled. But when the rain got really bad, or if there was a spin up from lorries or trucks and stuff like that, it would disable it. But it doesn't give you a warning that it's disabled. So although you're kind of holding the steering wheel and allowing the car, now I know you should be in control, but it's very easy sometimes when you get used to this thing that you kind of take your mind off it a little bit. Hit me up in the comments if you've experienced that with this driverless cars or driver assist cars. And then I started thinking, oh my God, I'm going right over, and I had to pull back. And when I looked, it had been disabled because it couldn't pick up the white line in the road because of the weather or whatever it might be. It doesn't give you a little shake of the steering wheel or an alert notification like it does if it detects a speed camera or if you haven't held the steering wheel. I think that's something they need to, I'm sure that's just a software update. That would be really good to add. But in all, I think the Volvo, it's the steering wheel, the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, the panoramic roof, the satellite navigation, the Apple CarPlay, the Android Auto, the comfortable seats. It's also got a bit of a kick. It has the charging system for the battery, and they've updated the app. Let me just show you the app. There's been a lot of software updates while I've had the car, which is really good, which is quite nice. So you've got your lock, You can turn on, if you can see there, if I try and get out of the way, you've got your fan, so you can switch the fan on if you want to cool it down before you get in. I think there's a lot more you can do if it's the pure electric. I've got this B4 one. Obviously you've got the maps and stuff. They've done some, you know, it's still kind of the same app as we had before, but it just looks a bit nicer. So Volvo are definitely paying attention to things that people are saying. The app does look a little bit nicer. The fact that you can turn the car on, open the doors and everything with the app is really good. The key is really nice. It's not too heavy. The things are on the side. You got that there. It's nice. The drivability of the car, it's just so comfortable. There is a bit of noise when you start picking up the speed to sort of 50 mile an hour to 70 mile an hour. You do have to turn up the radio. That's my dog barking, someone knocking at the door. You know, overall, the style of the car, I love the style of it. I think it looks good, and friends and family that have seen it have actually said, that's a really nice looking car. You know, there's not much cheap plastic, scratchy plastics around. There's a lot of room in the back for an XC40. I'm sure the XC60 and XC90 is even better. It doesn't have a heads-up display, but overall, the car itself is really nice. And away from the car, and I just want to pull you in on this one. Let me get you in on this one, because I also want to thank Volvo and the people behind the subscription service. If this is the first time you're watching this video, this car is on the subscription. Now, Volvo Subscription is, you don't pay any deposit. If I'm teaching you to suck eggs, you might want to just skip this part. You don't pay any deposit. You pay a flat monthly fee, and it's like a company car. You just put fuel in it, and you have to insure it. That flat monthly fee for the one that I have, which is the B4 Inscription, is £600 a month, £599 a month. Now, that's a lot of money. Considering if you buy a new car, you get warranty with it, so there's swings and roundabouts. However, I have to say, the people behind that, the people at Subscription, who I have dealt with and had conversations with, because I've had 5 people confirm from my reviews that they've bought cars because of my reviews, which is really good. But the people behind Subscription, whoever's behind it, they are the most nicest people I have ever dealt with. You know, like when you buy a car sometimes, and you buy the car and then you take it, and the after sales can be a little bit, I spent a lot of money with you, where's the after sales? I have not experienced this. Subscription people have bent over backwards happy. I got mine from the Waterhouse Business Centre, or Waterhouse Volvo in Chelmsford. They, Mark and Sue there, have been brilliant. If you are in Chelmsford and you are looking at a Volvo, go and speak to those guys. Honestly, it's not just they give you a car and walk away. They are friendly, they follow up. I've not had that kind of thing when I bought new cars before. Certainly had that, but with Volvo and the Subscription people as well, has been fantastic. Honestly, enough for you to actually want to stay with them. They were that good. The 600 price tag, it is a lot of money, but if anything goes wrong with that car, and during my 6 months with the car, I did have to give it into Volvo because they found what they thought might be a safety feature that had to be corrected. It didn't even take 40 minutes. It was in, I grabbed a coffee. By the time I come back, it had been done. It was all done. And again, the people at Waterhouse were fantastic. So friendly, over the top, cannot do enough for you. So my final view on this car, do you avoid it? Do you buy it? Would you consider it? I'll be honest, I think the Volvo, it's a lovely car. It's got all the tech that you would ever need. It's comfortable, it's reliable, it's smooth. Yes, I would say if you're in the market for a small SUV, the Volvo XC40 for me, it's stylish. It's got that bit of charisma to it. I love the hammer light things that they've got. It's a fantastic car. I would highly recommend the Volvo XC40. I don't think you can go wrong. It's been a smooth experience. The other little thing I was saying, it is an all-wheel drive car that I've got, and some people said, oh, they get this to the gallon, that to the... I'll be honest, I might have pushed 30 miles to the gallon, but on average, now I don't go too far, I've averaged about 27 miles to the gallon, which isn't great, but it is an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's not a two-wheel drive, it's the all-wheel drive vehicle, so it's powering all 4 wheels. So I have to take that into consideration. Plus I do a lot of short journeys, so there's a lot of start-stop. But taking that away from it, yes, the Volvo XC40 2021, my final review. I will be sorry to see it go Friday. It's been it's been a lovely car. And Volvo, if you watch this, I would love to test the XC60 or the XC90 if you want to give me that for a few months. I'm more than happy, and any other car manufacturers want to send me some cars to review. It's all about the tech. I'm doing this kind of stuff. I'd love to hear from you. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please make sure you hit that subscribe. There's a lot of people watching these videos not actually hitting subscribe. It has gone up slightly since I've mentioned that. You might think you're subscribed, but you might not be. Just quickly check below. Make sure you hit that subscribe. There's some more content to come. Also, as well, make sure you hit that like. That tells the YouTube algorithms, hey, people are liking this video. I think other people should see it. So that would really help to boost this channel. And of course, make sure you hit me some comments. Have you got an XC40? Are you considering a Volvo full stop? What are you thinking about the subscription system? Are you buying outright? Are you getting it on a lease? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Until the next one, everyone, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.